this the silent episode? Do a Charlie Cobb. And then it's like, the
kids!
The letters and stuff.
Yeah.
We're drinking some tea on TDB.
Who knew?
Episode 470. That's a lot. What should we do for episode 500? Comment below.
Yeah.
Or not, whatever.
Comment below on the 20% chance that we remember it's episode 500 before we film.
Absolutely a good call out. We got some new tea gear.
Yes, we do. This is a 2020 raw Pu'erh from Chensheng Hao. So kind of one of those mostly boutique, slightly factory-ish brands. They have an operation up in Vancouver, Canada. And so, excited to brew this up. This is a Naka tea.
What is that?
So that is the area.
Got it. Oh, wow. Smells really fruity to me. And you also have a new tea kettle.
I do, yes.
Or a hot water kettle.
The other one, I think I brewed it to death. Like little bits of plastic were appearing in it, and I was like, okay, it's time to be done. We have this nice little gooseneck from Hario, I think is the
nice.
company. So
yeah, all of you coffee snobs know what's up.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing a pink flamingo t-shirt.
But he's still the boss, the drug boss in
Absolutely.
the movie.
Absolutely, yeah. The big, tall, white drug boss guy who's completely incapable of forming a coherent sentence.
What kind of drugs do you sell in Korea? Dan? Are you just are you like CVS?
Just the
or
bad ones.
Okay, the bad ones.
Yeah, definitely the bad ones. Like just miscellaneous bad drugs. That's like, there's nothing specific about it.
No drug you won't sell.
Yeah. I do not do that, but then we're talking about like cinema tropes, people. Okay?
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case you weren't sure. Yes. He's not a doctor.
I only play one on
they don't call him doctor.
Cheers. Cheerio.
Cheerio. Wow, it's been a while since we had something this young in terms of Pu'erh.
Seriously.
In fact, it's been a long time since I've had something this young.
So actually, it's a nice change up. You can definitely tell it's young. Let's bring up let's put some sweetness in there for sure. I'm not getting the fruit on it yet. Leaves are quite green. And so actually, I mean, for folks who had no idea what to even be looking for, James, what are some of the characteristics that people could identify a young Pu'erh from?
Number one, color.
Yellow.
Yeah, color of the leaves as well.
Right.
Usually very green.
Yep.
You can also probably identify it by just smelling those leaves.
Yep.
It's pretty identifiable, kind of that young Pu'erh smell.
And that can be kind of a peaty, green grassiness. Peaty is kind of like some of the sort of grassy. Peat is something that whiskey is used, Scotch whiskey is used for. Kind of like, almost maybe it could be a little bit earthy, smoky, but really like vegetal and potentially bitter. This one's not too bitter. We'll see how it goes though.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. I like this brew today. We've had some rain here. This feels right. You know? And it's like early in the day enough. I want something a little bit bright, energetic.
Yeah, and this one, so far at least, is not the Pu'erh that bites you. It bites back super aggressive.
Oh yeah, not really bitter at all. Quite sweet, actually.
I mean, like, a young Pu'erh, to go back to your earlier question, would have a lot of these higher notes too, like more of a full, like, florals and things like that. And obviously there's quite a bit of variance within young Pu'erh itself, like between, like, something like Iwus, which are a little softer, have a nice aftertaste, versus, like, the ones that, like, aggressively go after your tongue with just, like, bitter.
And many young bras are meant to be aged, not meant to be drank early. But certain bras are meant to be drank early and quickly. So it just depends on how the tea is processed and the material and so forth.
Yeah, and some try to have it both ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Although, hard to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although, I feel like that's what everyone says they want to do. and says that
course.
the tea can do, but it's hard to go that way. So I kind of appreciate it when a tea has the focus and it's like, nope, we're not for this, we're for this.
Right. And the reason why you would want something that would be potentially unpalatable early on in its life cycle, but much more agreeable later on, is because you age out some of that intense flavor that would be tough to drink initially, and it becomes pleasant and subdued and dense with flavor delight.
Yeah, flavor with a U for all you Brits out there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Canadians too.
We're multicultural out here.
Joe, with a U.
Cheerio with the U. Put that on a t-shirt.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. Oh, boy. God.
Come on now, Denny boy. All the way down the
Right on,
hatch.
yeah. I mean, pip pip. Oh, God. Sorry to anyone in the UK.
Yeah. I think we lost this.
I know, we've lost everyone.
One of the only
Hi, Mom.
one of
That's
the
it.
only tea drinking countries in the West that speaks the same language that we do.
Have you had any green tea recently?
No.
I'm getting a lot of like grassy green tea notes from this.
This one's a little more bitter. I don't know if you noticed, but I did reboil the water.
Yeah,
I
that was
did
much
boil-
stronger.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit since I'd boiled it, actually, just considering how long it took to heat up. So
Mhm.
I wonder if that's why
Yeah.
the first couple seeds were a little lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quite yellow now.
It's still not... It is bitter, but it's not, like, the most bitter. It's, like,
Absolutely drinkable right now.
pretty low on the bitter spectrum of
Totally.
young Pu'erh. Cheerio.
Pip pip. Oh, God.
One of these days we're gotta get us both. Just gonna like spray it on there.
Seriously. Just, the next episode will be from the hospital with the first degree burns.
Yeah.
Much more bitter now.
Yeah. Kind of leaning more into those like barnyard grain hay flavors.
Little barley thing going on in there a little bit too.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this could hang out a bit longer.
I think these could definitely age.
Yeah.
Odds are, I think I got the sample a couple of years ago, so odds are pretty good that I got the sample when this tea was like a year or less old.
Sure.
So not a lot of opportunities for aging, even though it is technically 3 years old.
It's nice now though. I mean, it's really not too bad, not too bitter. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I can tell I like the composition in general. Like I just know I'm going to enjoy this, especially in a couple of years.
Pretty nice aroma.
Mm.
Still giving off a lot of fragrance.
Yeah, absolutely. In these kind of young raws, James, how often do you think how long do you think they'll brew out typically?
It's hard to say. I feel like the telltale signs will be in maybe 2 or 3 steeps. I would say at minimum 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But certainly possible to get something like 10.
I can't tell if I'm being tricked by the green tea flavors in this that I would think it would die off a little earlier. But I do feel like some of those older raws kind of can hold on longer. This one is also a bit more palatable now.
Yeah.
Probably would be a little bit softer as it ages.
Yeah.
And also die off a little bit, whereas some of the teas that are pressed, they're just like, a gun went off. You're not going to enjoy drinking it for 5 years at least, right?
Yeah.
Those tend to be...
And honestly, some maybe like 20.
Yeah, right. So those ones, when they... at their right time to be drinking 20 years on the line, you're going to get 12 steepings out of it.
Sure. Mom test?
No. Well, no.
Okay.
It's
A moment of hesitation, which is pretty good for young Pu'erh, but ultimately no.
No. I mean, like, I think Iwu would kind of be like the only real...
I would agree. This is not... This is a different flavor profile than Evil, even if it isn't the most bitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more? Or no?
We'll call it here.
Okay.
And then...
Sounds good.
All right. Well, where can people pick this up?
You can check out Chensheng Hao. I didn't check right before recording, but they did fairly recently have a site that ships from North America, from Canada.
Nice.
So you can order samples like this one. And check out some of their tea. I mean, they have a lot of different stuff. They're really famous for stuff in the Manghai County area. So, yeah.
Cool. Right on. Yeah. Thanks for sticking with us to the end somehow. I can't believe it. If you like the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, the dislike button doesn't do anything anymore. Sorry. So deal with it. Ha ha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was our excuse to make shittier videos.
Absolutely. We talked to Eric about that. Eric Schmidt.
Eric?
Eric Schmidt, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Over at Google. I don't know anything about any of this stuff. We'll see you next time probably for another one of these things. Like and subscribe, do all the stuff. And until then.
Cheerio.
Pip pip.